pork pizzaiola. This dish is a Neapolitan classic and it's absolutely delicious. We're going to be braising pork, thin cut pork chops. This is bone in. I have 5, I only need 4. So we're going to be searing them first. We're going to be making the pizzaiola sauce. They're going to go in the sauce and they're going to braise. We have 4 cloves of garlic. I'm going to thinly slice these. Here I have a 28-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Now when it comes to the tomatoes, you could use diced, you could use whole San Marzano, you could use tomato sauce. It's to your discretion. Today I'm using diced. Here we have some parsley to finish the dish, red pepper flakes, capers, and dried oregano. Olive oil, salt, and pepper. To start, I need to get this pan over a medium heat, because what we're going to be doing is browning off all these pieces of pork. So in with olive oil. Now this is olive oil, it's not extra virgin. I'm going to go in with about 3 to 4 tablespoons, and that should be about enough. To start, what we're going to do is we're going to season each piece of pork with salt and pepper. So I have to say, don't pay any attention to the mess behind me. We are finally working on this studio and we are finishing it. Okay? As soon as I am done here, that window's getting done, and some stuff over there we got going on. So we're going to mostly finish it. We're not going to finish the paint. We're not going to finish the trim work. We're not going to finish the ceiling. But we're going to get it at least looking decent. So what you want to do is when you put this in, I already patted them dry. I washed them under water and I patted them dry with paper towel. When you put these in, you want to hear the sizzle. If you do not hear the sizzle, the pan is not ready. So, you hear that? That's what I'm listening for. Now, I'm going to have to do this in pieces because it's not all going to fit in the pan. But we're going to brown these. And as soon as I'm done browning these, we're going to continue. And this is a family favorite of mine. I love making this. You can make this with beef, pork, veal. I mean, it's endless. So, let me cook these 2. I think I can fit another one in there. I think I have a small one in here somewhere. I think, yeah, I think this one. So, let me put some pepper on this one. And when you put these in, always put the seasoning side down first. Okay, it's a little tight, but that's okay. They're going to shrink as they cook. We're going to season the second side with salt and a little pepper. Now, you don't want to move these. Don't be ripping them out of the pan, ripping the pork apart. That's not how we do things. As soon as these are browned, they will release by themselves. They will let you know when they're ready to be turned. So I'm going to continue doing this. I'm going to do these 2, and then we're going to continue with the recipe. These pork chops are just looking fantastic. And look at the color I got on that. That's just looking fantastic. Okay, so while these were browning, I realized I forgot the wine. So don't forget the wine. We have to put the wine in there. I knew I was missing something. It seems like the older I get, the worse I get. I mean, I've been noticing ever since COVID, my memory is gone. I can't remember things. It's horrible. Yeah. So let's continue browning this. I'll brown these off and then we'll continue. These pork chops are looking fantastic. I already removed that first batch, and they're just looking fantastic. We're going to spice this garlic, and I don't use any onion in this recipe. Some people do. You can feel free to put onion in yours if you want. I just don't believe onion goes in the pizza sauce, so I don't put it in. And my mother never put onion in. I know a lot of people do, but I don't think it should go in, so I don't put it in. That's just me. You do what you want to do. How are these looking? These are looking fantastic. Get ready to come out. Okay. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to drop in the garlic. And we're going to saute the garlic for about maybe a minute. I just want to get it a little golden. I don't want it too dark, because remember, the darker the garlic, the more bitter the garlic. So, we don't like bitter dishes, especially from garlic. It's just not the right way to do it. Okay, as you can see here, it's starting to brown around the edges very quickly. That's telling me I need to lower the heat a little bit. Okay, so now we're going to go in with the red pepper flakes. If I were to put the red pepper flakes in at the same time as the garlic, the red pepper flakes will burn. Give that a second. We're going to deglaze with the wine. Okay, and it's like an instant facial. Make sure you scrape the whole bottom. Scrape, scrape, scrape. Those brown bits on the bottom is what we call fond. That's where all the flavor is. So, make sure you scrape. Because the parts that you do not scrape and they get stuck there and they stay there, there's a good chance they will burn. So, we're going to scrape, scrape, scrape. Make sure you scrape. And we're going to reduce this wine just a little bit. I want to get that alcohol, you know, the alcohol smell, off of the dish. I don't, when I bite into my pizzaiola, I do not want to say, ooh, alcohol. No. That's not how this is prepared. In the restaurant, I would leave a little bit of the alcohol taste in there, just because that's the way we do it. But I have to feed some kids tonight, so. Okay, so this is looking good. We're going to go in with the tomatoes. Okay. Get the whole can in there. Okay, we don't waste nothing in this kitchen. Now, at this point, what I want to do, I want to bring it to a simmer. Once it comes up to a simmer, we're going to add the oregano, return the meat, and the pork is going to simmer in here for about maybe 20 minutes. Now, it depends on how thick your pork is or your beef. Beef and pork have two different cook times. Today, we're doing pork, and the thickness definitely affects how long it's going to braise. If you're going to go more than the 20 minutes, you're going to need to add water or stock. Okay, pizzaiola sauce is supposed to be a little on the thick side. Me, I kind of don't really like it too thick. That's just me. But you do what you want to do. Okay, let me season this with salt. And we're going to season this with pepper. Okay. We're going to bring this up to a simmer. That's going to go in. We're going to simmer it. And I'm going to be serving this with a little bit of pasta later on. So we'll cook that later. I'm more concerned about getting this done finishing that. And as soon as this comes up to a simmer, we'll be back. This sauce is just coming up to a simmer. We're going to return the pork. And you want to try to submerge them into the sauce. So, if you're using beef, the same thing. Lamb. I even do chicken. So here, I'm not going to be able to get it all in under the sauce, so a little bit's going to have to stick out. That's not a problem. Make sure you go in with all these juices. This is all flavor, and we don't waste nothing here. Okay? Especially when it comes to flavor. Now, the pork. I'm going to cook this because it's about ½ inch thick. It's going to go for about 20 minutes. If you're unsure if the pork is not done, stick a thermometer inside, away from the bone. Do not touch the bone. And I would go to 140, 145. That should be safe enough. And that's it. That's what we do. So what we're going to do is, these are all nicely snuggled in there. Okay, this is going to simmer for 20 minutes. While this is simmering, I'm going to give everything a wipe down here because frying up those pork chops, I made a little bit of a mess, which is nothing new. I mean, I wouldn't be me if I didn't make a mess. So let this continue simmering. In the meantime, I need you to subscribe, hit that like button, give me a thumbs up, and ring the dinner bell for upcoming notifications. Now, I recently noticed, I found that there's a hype button in the description when you write, a comment. In that comment, there's a hype button. Hit that hype button. You're allowed to do it 3 times per week. Hit, hit, hit. Let's get this channel up and rolling. And I appreciate each and every one of you. This is just returning to a simmer. I just added the oregano. We're going to go in with the capers. And we're going to allow this to simmer for 20 minutes. And it's that simple. We're done. Let this simmer. We're going to plate and serve. So this has been going for about 20 minutes now. The sauce has thickened up a little bit. And this is looking fantastic. What we're going to do is remove it from the heat. And we need to taste the salt and pepper. We need to test for seasoning. Okay? Always test for seasoning. That's delicious. Could use a little salt though. Let me see here. Needs a little more. That's it. That's delicious. What we're going to do is grab yourself a plate. We're going to put some of the sauce on the bottom of the plate. Okay. Just like this. And this is just smelling fantastic. I can't wait to dig in. Okay, let me grab a little bit more. Okay. What you're going to do is you're going to grab, let me grab this one. No, let me grab this one. This one looks good. Take your Pizzaiola, put it right there on top. Make sure you get capers, you get everything you need in there. Okay, that's looking good. We're going to garnish with a little bit of parsley. Here I have one little parsley leaf. I think we're just going to use that as a garnish right there. And that's it. We're done. There you have it. Neapolitan pork pizzaiola. Let's go ahead and give this a try. Give me a fork, give me a knife. Let me see here. Look at that, it cuts through like butter. That's all it does, is butter knife, that's all you need. Absolutely delicious. The pork is perfectly cooked. You can cut it with a butter knife. It's just fantastic. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. I hope you guys like it. And I hope you guys don't eat the whole thing before it gets to the table. It's so good.